All right. All right, let's go through this again. So for the most part, oh, Ella's on. Hi, Ella. So Ella and Karun are here. Okay. I'm going to get started here, girls. So I'm going to quickly go through I'm actually going to mute you guys too. I'm going to mute everybody, and if you want to jump in, if you have any questions about anything or you want to see something again, just let me know. Just unmute yourself and just jump right in at any point. So again, I want to start with this first play of the game, trying to keep possession of this. Oh, I want to mute this though, because I really don't want to hear the parents. Hold on one second. Mute. Hear them a little bit. Okay, just starting right from the beginning. All right, playing the ball back, moving the ball around. I was talking to Brielle a lot before about her position. I'd like to see her a little bit wide. Karun, I'd like to see you here. You're starting to receive this ball. I'd like to see that pass from, I forget, who did it come from? Probably came from Joanna. I'd like to see that pass from Joanna actually go to the center back, because Karun, you should be a lot wider and closer to the sideline over here. So when this ball goes to Joanna, this ball either goes all the way wide to you. When you receive that ball right there, you see as soon as you receive it, you have a defender right on top of you. So if we're a lot wider and Juliana's dropped off a lot more, either she receives the ball there and then the defender starts to attack her and then you're out wide, or you receive it with a lot more time than you had right there. This right here is not really your fault here. Juliana needs to be dropped off a lot more when you receive this ball. Juliana needs to be dropped off so when she gets the pass here, there's not a defender right on top of her. So we almost coughed up the ball right there, and that would have been bad. You can see if Juliana loses this ball here, they're going right to goal with really only Sarah back there at that point. So just like to see you be a little bit wider here, Karun, and receive the ball, and Juliana dropped off a little bit more from there. But we were able to win the ball back, and this we actually make a really nice, in the first 30 seconds of the game, switch of the field with Ashley. It might be a little bit choppy, girls. I'm letting it try to render, catch up. But we made a really nice switch. Peyton's able to get wide. And Peyton's able to put a nice cross-in shot on goal, and we're almost up 1-0 right there. So with this meeting being for the midfielders, I'm going to point out mostly where I want to see the midfield positions are. I'm not sure if Daniela is on here. I know Ella is. For my midfield, wait, it's Joanna. Joanna's on as well. Perfect. So my midfielders, Joanna, you were in the correct position a lot in this game. There's a couple of times you felt that you needed to step up to the ball when you actually rather you kind of just stay put and stay right where the center backs are. But I'll point out a couple of things, but I'm mostly going to point out where I feel like the midfield could have done a little bit better this game or be in a little bit better position. So jumping forward a little bit here, Okay, right here. So we're about to take a corner. I actually called. I believe that's Joanna there. I believe that's you in the middle. I called you back here. No, we're still red. Sorry about that, Maddie. I called you back here because we can't leave Sarah by herself one-on-one with an attacker. So we always need to have one up. If Juliana is going to be going up to take these corners, which she will at times, we're going to alternate who's taking corner kicks. But if she's going up to take those corners, we need to have one person, one of the our CDM, whoever's playing CDM at the time, needs to drop in and make sure we're 2 versus 1. And then the wing back on either the right side, I believe at this time was Lindsay, and the left side was Karoon. One of us needs to be kind of in the middle, somewhere right around here. So Karoon, I would have you kind of just waiting at the top of the box, and if anything comes out, you shoot on goal. But if we start to transition, you'll be one of the first person back to get back here. Because what actually what happens here is it wasn't a great corner, and we were caught in transition. And let's see how this almost played out. So we were caught in transition. We lose the ball right here, and they're going. You see what we have right here. They're able to play the ball back. Joanna stepped up to this ball here. Joanna, these are one of the times I feel like instead of stepping to the ball, just drop into your position, right? Because we almost get caught out here. Sarah didn't make that tackle here. They had a nice transition going. Kroon did a nice job getting back. Joanna, you did a nice job getting back as well. But we could prevent that by just holding that middle of the field. Now, it's hard to tell when the ball's on that side of the field what our positioning looks like. But specifically for the midfielders, whoever's playing that triangle 3 in the midfield, attacking mids, CDMs. CDM, we talked about your specific role. You're sitting in that middle of the field at all times. The 2 attacking midfielders, right now it's Daniela and Ella on the field, but whoever it is, always around the ball, so always checking to the ball. So I see you can kind of see it. We have a throw in. Daniela's checking in. Ella's checking in from a little bit of a higher space. I kind of like that higher space checking in coming from Ashley. So Ella, you kind of filled a little bit of Ashley's space over here. I don't know if you can actually see yourself, but I think that you right there, you're trying to fill in this space here. That's the space I'd like to see left open so Ashley as the center striker can check in. So Ella, I'd like to see you come in at a little bit of a different angle, maybe somewhere like here, checking in here, or depending on where you're coming from, but checking in a little bit more central or feeding off of wherever Danielle is checking in, since she was a little bit closer, feeding off wherever she's checking in and go to a different spot there. Let's see where this goes. Okay. Okay. Joanna, you're in a good spot, sitting in the right in between where your center back should be. Okay. So let's jump back right here for a second. Now, Ella, I see you right about here. So just follow yourself a little bit, Ella. What ends up happening here is Ashley checks into the space to receive the ball. I would love to see Ashley drop it off, maybe one touch to you right here. But you're not, I don't know if you're calling for the ball, but we're not checking in. Ashley was able to make a turn and play a nice ball through. But I'd like to see a little bit more combination in the midfield between Danielle. At this point, it's Daniela, Ella, and Ashley. So just quick combination passes in the middle there. Joanna, you're checking too, receiving the ball from behind here. This is a good spot for you. And then you immediately start to drop in the center of the field. Okay, here. Joanna, this is a good spot for you. So you felt at this point it was a very good time to step to this ball. And you tried to stop that ball there. It was able to get by you. But you're continuing to track back and find yourself in the middle of the field. So that's a good thing there. There's a couple times I felt like you stepped to the ball when one of my center midfielders should have been doing it. I'm going to talk to my defenders a little bit next meeting, but we are completely out of our defensive shape at this point. We're not in good positioning, very exposed. Karun, you're checking in here. I think Karun's in this meeting right now. Where you find yourself right here, you have a wide responsibility here, number 7. And when you go into this ball here, that's very dangerous here. What I'd rather see you do there is just drop, stay wide, because that ball is not in a dangerous area. One of our midfielders can step and try to take care of that. But if they would have played a better ball, they would have been in a good transition. They were able to break through because our defense was not in a very good shape, and we were stepping to balls that we shouldn't have been stepping to at that point. Because, again, in the middle of the field, that ball is not dangerous. You stick your man, and you let the play kind of come to you. Let's get forward a little bit. Okay. Now, girls, when I was talking to the strikers in the last meeting, I was really focusing on their positioning. For the midfield right now, it's very difficult based on this video footage to see where you're positioning at certain times where you should be. But we're going to try. Joanna, I want to show you that again. Joanna, I don't know if you see yourself right here, but I believe that's you right here. Okay, another opportunity where you felt it was necessary to step to this ball and make a stop. What I'd like to see right here is you just drop, stay center, be patient, and yell at one of your midfielders to get back instead of stepping to this ball here. Because as soon as you step to the ball here, look what we're left with on this side. And you can kind of see it right there. We're left with 1, 2, and then 3 attacking pretty much just right here. Okay, so we're just by stepping to that ball, what I'd rather see you do is just start to drop in and let them dribble, and let one of your mids try to drop in and cut that off. But we're completely outnumbered here. You kind of see Juliana all the way back there. Again, I talked to my strikers about the positioning. We could have had a couple opportunities to get to goal. Okay. Now, Brielle's getting up the sideline here. Ella, I'd love to see you getting up this sideline with speed to support her. Let's see here. So as soon as this ball is played, Ella, we should be getting close to the ball here. Karun, you should be sprinting into the space. Let's see. Ella should be getting up into here. Karun is back here, but should be getting into this space right here to receive this ball to help out. All right, Ashley is trying to get up into here, which she should be doing. Daniela should be coming in, checking into this space as well. Everywhere the ball is, no matter if my left striker, center striker, right wing back, it doesn't matter who has the ball. My 2 center midfielders are always going towards the direction of the ball. Ella, you had a lot of ground to cover there, but Brielle was able to cut it back, and if we were able to find an inside pass, we would have been able to get a nice switch going and create a little bit more dangerous opportunity. See Karun and Ella kind of just jogging into your spots. I'd like to see you really getting up to support Brielle there. Maybe she cuts it back, and then we keep the ball. But we have a nice little combination here in the middle. Joanna's in a good spot to receive the ball. Joanna, I'd love to see. We just came from that side, right? So As soon as we're stuck on this side, see how many bodies are over here in this side. As soon as we're able to find you, your first touch should go to the right here and find Lindsay wide on that side. So if we were able to take this pass to you here and then find it, oh, where's my marker? Find a ball out wide here for Lindsay to get up this field here. Lindsay would have put a nice cross in, and Ashley probably would have done a bicycle or something, and we would have scored a goal. So, yeah, just keep in mind, Joanna, when you were receiving the ball from one side, you are the switching point, being that CDM. You're sitting there in the middle of the field. You're a little bit deep. Take that ball, come from this side, and go in the other direction if you can. But you completed a pass, and then we were able to, nice little combination passes here. Good, you're in a position again. Good combination. And long strike. Good defense, Ella. Cutting that off. Karoon again, let's get back to support. So Karoon, you were in a decent spot to support right here, but what I'd like to see is you getting up to support here and getting wide. And if Ella takes this carry in, takes the inside like she starts to dribble, and you continue on into this space. Okay, because as that wing back, you have the ability to get up in here, especially with Joanna sitting in the middle here and our backs back there. Get a lot more wider so she can see you here. You can receive this ball, and then we can have the opportunity to keep the ball there. And again, girls, I mentioned this in the first meeting, but for those of you guys that weren't at the first meeting, all of this stuff that I'm telling you, very difficult to make these decisions on the field unless you kind of see yourself doing it. So that's why we're doing this. Like, for me to come back and tell you, oh, this is what you should have been doing, it's really just a learning opportunity. Don't really take it as criticism that you were doing something wrong the entire time, because you weren't. You girls played well. This is just an opportunity to learn based on what you see after the fact. Just wanted to throw that out there. So let's continue to see what happens here. Oh, okay, Joanna. I'm going to pick on you again just because you're doing a very good job of sticking your position, but these are another opportunity where I felt, oh, wait, I jumped too far back. Sorry. Jumped way too far back. Okay. Joanna, you're going to see yourself come into the middle of the field right here, and you make the decision to step, right? This is where I want to see you, especially, obviously, they're not scoring from there. So winning the ball back right here isn't super important. What I'd like to see is either, let's see, let me get my marker here. Karoon starts to come inside. Instead, Karoon, we need to just start dropping straight back when we lose the ball. Okay. Danielle is the one that's in a position here to go cut this off. Instead, Joanna, you step to the ball here. I'm not sure exactly how it works out. I forget what exactly happens here. But instead of you stepping there, what I'd like to see is you just start to drop. Just drop, just drop, just drop, and let someone else kind of cut this off. Because by you coming forward here, you can see Karoon's already up. You can see Lindsay's already up. So that means back here, we only have Sarah and Juliana. So we don't want that. We want you to just start to drop, and then we'll see how this turns out. I don't know if they get a good transition, but let's see. But you step to the ball here, and then we're completely kind of caught out of this position. So Karoon, you did a good job of getting back. Joanna, so did you, but we're in a tough spot there. Okay, Ella, walking back a little bit here. I just want to see you kind of, if you're going, and girls, there's going to be plenty of opportunity to walk on the field. You're going to see yourself walking at certain times. As a midfielder, Ella, I'd like to see you, if you need a break and you're walking, you're just walking in the direction of this ball. So from all the way here, right, instead of going straight back here, I want to actually see you start to just lightly jog to fill. Oh, why is it not working? jogging in this direction going here. Remember, always going in the direction of the ball, whether it's offensively or defensively, because your job is to be in the middle of the field. So as you start to walk, you find yourself kind of not helping out defensively at all. So let's see here. So again, you're kind of going straight back. Instead of going straight back, you just want to go in the direction of the ball. So you didn't spend much time walking there, which is good. But let's see you going towards the ball and not in this area here. This isn't very dangerous for us right now, right? You have Juliana back there. Karun is likely in this area as well. So I'd like to see you kind of just tucking in to protect the goal scoring area. But you end up being in the right spot to get the ball. Sarah, well done. Lindsay getting up the field. Good, Joanna. Well done. Okay, again, Ella, you're on this side, so I'm going to point you out a little bit. You spent a lot of your time on this side of the field, and Daniela was on the other side, so you get to be closer to the camera. So again, Ella, just kind of, you're right here. Just find yourself defensively tucked in here. Okay, because this space here will be great as soon as we win the ball, but defensively when we don't have the ball, you need to be tucked in here and taking away these options for them. Let's see where this goes here. I'd love for you. Bad call, ref, bad call. I think Ashley's still on, but girls, this is going to happen a lot. Daniela and Ella are both going to find Ashley's feet a lot because that's where I want Ashley to be, checking into the receive this ball. But what I'd like to see happen a lot more is when this ball is played, either at 1 or 2 touch, Ashley, you should be able to just drop this ball right off to Ella, right here. So this ball should be just a nice drop, a flick on to Ella, and Ella starts attacking one side, starts attacking Brielle's side. Brielle, I talked to her a little bit about being a lot wider here. If Ashley was able to drop this pass right here to Ella, Ella runs onto it, and Ella starts attacking because Brielle knows she'll be out here. That little combination from Daniela to Ashley to Ella running onto here, we start attacking this side. Ashley would get up and involved here. So then we have a nice transition going on the space where the space is on this side of the field. And again, it's easy for me to draw this out now. These are just split-second decisions on the field. Let's see how this worked out. We weren't able to create anything there. Ella tucking in, just getting a little bit closer to the ball. Way to step in there. Got to be able to find each other's feet in the midfield. And bad call. Apologize if you girls hear my daughter in the background. She's down here with me. Allie, shh. All right, let's see. There's a couple more that I wanted to show you. A couple things I wanted to show you here. All right, girls, one of the things we're going to be working on this week is our goal kicks and what to do and how we can use the new rules to our advantage. At this point, Molly is in for Joanna. Joanna, I pulled you out to tell you how good of a job you were doing. Let's see. We also need to work on our throw-ins. Good, we got to connect that pass there from Molly to Daniela. We would have had a nice transition going. Ellie, you're in a bit better position here, but again, checking to covering this middle of the field. So I'm not going to definitely say that's Ella, but whoever this is right here, and goes, there's a lot going on in this, all over the field with all the positions. But for this particular meeting, I'm just pointing out where I want the midfielders. So again, it's set here because we have 1, 2 on this back area here with no other a defensive threat. I'd like to see closer to the ball and protecting, especially they have a throw in here, protecting here. All right, sit right there, goal side of this defender right here. Okay. Let's see how this one plays out. What time is it? 1 o'clock. Okay, nothing came of that. We had multiple opportunities to score early in this game. Just fixing our positioning a little bit would have created more goals for us. It's telling me the meeting's ending in 10 minutes. So there's a couple things I want to show you girls. Oh, here's a good point. So we did this very, very well, defended this corner well. If they ever send 2, a lot of coaches like to do short corners. I like to do short corners at times as well. If they have their one player taking the corner, they have another player coming in to support. We did the right thing by sending 2. I don't know if we did that on purpose, but always send 2. There's no, even a third one should be creeping up in there. There's no reason to send 1 because then there's 2 versus 1 out there. All right, so we always send 2. When they have a short corner or someone checking in, 2 closest need to get there. So we did that here. We defended it pretty well, and we were able to get that out of there. If that second person wasn't there, then they would have had a nice opportunity here. Okay, our transition. I'd like to see a better pass there from Daniela in terms of like getting a couple of combinations. But Peyton, way to get up the sideline, put that ball on net. Oh, that's Jaden in here a little bit. I'm not sure. I don't think Jaden's on the meeting right now. So some of those things I might have been saying about you, Ella, is likely Jaden because she has yellow cleats, but something to just keep in mind anyway. I'd like to see Daniela closer to the ball over here. Combination in here. Jaden, nice job moving the ball. If we're just spaced out a little bit more, you don't have that pressure right in your face, Karun. All right, since we only have 10 minutes, I want to show you girls a couple of the goals. All right, so the first goal came, let's see, I'm just going to fast forward a little bit. The first goal came right around here. Let's see. I think the first goal is right here after this punt. You can see their first goal was very offsides. I think this was it. Nope, this wasn't it. It was close to here. Next time we do this, girls, I'll make sure I have more than the 40 minutes that this software is allowing me to have. Molly's in a good spot. Okay, let me find this goal for you. I believe their first goal came off of one of their punts. Not got much time left here, girls. As the game started to go on, we were losing our shape a lot in the midfield. Our striker, you can see, I'm not sure who this is exactly right here, but just losing our shape up top. These are both of our strikers tucked all the way down here. We talked about just being high and wide. By bringing all these bodies in here, we're inviting all their defenders to now come in here. So we just got to be conscious of our positioning. At this point, I believe it was still 0-0. I wanted to show you how offsides that goal was. This might actually, this I think is it. Came off of this punt. All right, you can see this ball is about to be played. Obviously, that this person right here is offsides by a bunch of steps. I'm not sure how they missed that, but young refs, this was their first goal they scored on us. That likely doesn't get scored again. But never, one thing I want to point out, I'm not sure, I think this is Allison right here. Work hard to get back. Because Joe made a very nice save. And we weren't able to get the rebound. So Joan makes a nice save right here, and she was able to get the rebound and score. But that was an offsides goal. Our goal came after the first half. I don't have it marked exactly where it is, but it was right off of a free kick. All right, girls, I only have about 2 minutes left here, but I wanted to show you our goal. Their second goal was on a penalty shot, which I don't think it was a penalty, but it's a little learning experience for us right here. So this is where it is. Ball goes out. We are a bit lazy. Right, the ball goes out over here. We're a bit lazy. They pick up the ball right away. A quick throw in. We get caught in out of position, and that's when the penalty shot happens. Okay. So ball goes out. We need to always be getting into our positioning. And I have less than a minute left in this meeting. So girls, the next meeting coming up in 15 minutes is really focusing on the defenders and their positioning. Feel free to join that meeting as well. But if not, we have 3 trainings this week to get us prepared for this weekend's tournament. So thank you girls for sitting through this. If you have any questions, either email me or join this next meeting, and we should have a little bit more time to talk about some of this stuff. All right, thank you girls.